I'm Theresa V, and this is the place to be if you're a creative, sensitive love warrior who wants to feel more alive and on purpose in this beautiful world. Each month, I check in with our beloved archangels to see what advice they have to help us navigate the energies of the time. This month, they're speaking to us about embodying our wisdom, how our unique perspectives can help guide the collective. The surprising block to seeing our next steps that we would never imagine. The one thing we often miss when it comes to our internal and angelic guidance. The way our angels can help us to realign ourselves with who we're feeling called to be now and how we show up. And the incredibly powerful ally that we have our entire lives that we often overlook. Stay tuned. It's time for us to get our energy in line with our wisdom, to harmonize and walk this planet in line with the wisdom that we have gained all throughout this lifetime and lifetimes prior. This wisdom begins as knowledge, and as we allow that knowledge to seep into our systems, to become so second nature that it becomes part of our cellular structure, our day-to-day existence. It becomes wisdom. Knowledge embodied is wisdom. We're being asked to walk this planet in our wisdom as a power of example. No one else in the world has gone through the life experiences that you have. You have had unique experiences all across the duration of your soul's existence. This combination is not duplicated anywhere. Therefore, the frequency you put forth, the perspective that you have, is equal to no one else's. And when you hold that back, when you prevent that from being shared with the world, you are depriving the world of something incredibly necessary. There's also a limiting belief that's pretty pervasive in humanity still. This unworthiness energy. We know the spiritual principles. We have studied this. It has become wisdom to a degree. But there is still some part of us that believes that this can work for everyone else except us. There's an unworthiness that prevents us from truly living that wisdom. It's time for this belief to be finished. It's time for us collectively to get rid of it. You know that all of this spiritual wisdom works for you too. You know that life can change in an instant, in a good way, as well as in a way that doesn't feel as good. And you know that healing can happen in an instant. But it's the limiting belief that it can't actually happen for you. It can't manifest in your life that often prevents it from happening. Granted, we don't ever know which level healing will happen on, but we have to be in a place where we are open enough to let in the possibility for it to happen at all. The "it can't happen for me" energy, this is too much to ask, this is too big to be healed instantly, all of that doubt, all of that energy needs to be released. This is just fear. What if I put all my energy in this direction and it doesn't happen? Who am I really to even ask this of the universe, of my higher self, of the divine? There are so many other people who need this more than I do, who need this healing or a healing like this more than I do. This energy kicks up especially in matters of co-creating, manifesting, healing, and abundance. It prevents us from having what we really want and the life that we want and need to live in order to serve more fully, in order to show up more fully. And all that our angels want for us is to have the life that is conducive to us showing up in our most vibrant, full form, because the world needs your energy right now. Your energy is changing and harmonizing in service to being able to hold everything that is coming to you, everything that is needed to come through you. Everything that you want and that you dream of for yourself and for the world. It's time also to release the imprints, the doubts, the negativity, the fear that society has put on you as well. When we can do that, we will be much more in touch with the world that we want. to feel its existence already. All of that doubt that it can ever happen will have been released. In this way, our next steps can clearly be received by us. The angels, our guides, our divine team will always be showing us our next steps. They will always be laid out in front of us. What prevents us from seeing them is our lack of clarity and the doubts that we have, the energy we carry that is in opposition to what it is we desire is obviously blocking us, but it's also the energy that society puts on us that is obviously blocking us. So for example, if someone receives a health diagnosis that traditionally has been viewed by society as something that you don't come back from, like this is it, you receive this diagnosis and you are done for. There is a lot of energy that has to go into overcoming that societal belief that if you receive this diagnosis, that's the end. And often when we are in a depleted state already, we don't have the energy to overcome that mountain that's in front of us. So if we can do this, when we are really well sourced energetically, if we can overcome these things and work at releasing these societal imprints, these limitations, these limiting beliefs, this stuckness and the belief of what is versus the ability to tap into infinite possibility, knowing that everything already exists. We just need to tap into it to bring it into our experience. If we can work on that when we are in a health-filled state, when we are in a state where we are sourcing ourselves, if we can continue to source ourselves, that is when we can best be in the position to handle these things if and when they show up in our lives and in the lives of those we care about and those we are here to serve. Archangel Michael is inviting us to feel the peace, to get ourselves into as much of a space of peace as possible each and every day. This does not mean that we ignore the things happening in the world that kind of get us riled up, that make us feel anger or give us a clear indication that change is needed, because those are the things that fuel us into action. However, if we can see those things, acknowledge them, sit with them, ask what it is that we can do to help and get ourselves into a space of peace in that way, then our action steps will be clear to us. We won't have the questions and perpetuate the anger and the fear that comes with the awareness. We will be able to be in the flow of the synchronicities that comes with the question, how can I help? How can I best serve? The angels want us to know that their guidance always comes with action steps. Very often that is something we forget. We ask for guidance, we get reassurance, and then we push the action steps into a box in the closet because we just wanted the input to know we're on the right track, and that's it. There will always be action steps that come with their guidance. Archangel Michael is saying the time of just sitting still is over. Yes, there is time for your prayer and your meditation and your contemplation. However, out of those times will come clearly directed action. There will always be energy needed to be moved by you, by humanity, in conjunction with your guidance. And the angels are asking, please, 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 please take the aligned steps. It is imperative at this point. You are the hands and the hearts of the divine on this planet. When you're tapped into fear at all, you are not tapped into your highest guidance. You are not tapped into your higher wisdom. It may seem like you are, but you're tapping into a piece of the collective, the vibration that comes with lower chakra energy, because you are entertaining the vibration of fear somewhere in your system. That sometimes we hold on to energy because we desire justice, because we've been wronged in some way and we want that wrong to be righted by the person who wronged us in the first place. When you hold on to the energy of desiring justice, you are holding on to a lower vibration. You are holding on to a lower frequency, and it is preventing you from tapping into higher frequencies, your higher guidance. You're coming from an energy of the lower 3 chakras. This is not to put anybody in the box of being wrong. This is for your awareness so that you can make active choices considering what's going on in your life and what you want to shift. True justice comes at the soul level. We, in our limited perspective, cannot see the big picture. The angels have the ability to do that. And what they are always asking us is to relax into that knowingness that true justice always will happen. To trust it, even if it doesn't look in our experience like it's happening at the soul level in some way. Justice is always being served. Energy is always being balanced out. The weight of burden just continues to flip-flop when we hold on to this energy of seeking retribution, seeking justice. The energy doesn't get lifted or resolved. Let go of that need. Ask them for assistance. Ask the divine to balance it out and truly and fully hand it over. When you do that, the proper action steps will always be shown. So if there is something that you need to do, it will come to you from a place of higher knowing, as opposed to coming to you from a place of lower chakra revenge. Okay, then the outcome can be clear. The outcome can be balancing. The outcome can be different, as opposed to taking an impulse action because you want something to happen and forcing it or trying to force it to go a certain way, and then having it go awry and having your life be disrupted even more. The angels are saying, give the situation over to us. Know and trust that everything will come to justice. Everything will be balanced. You don't have to hold the lower vibration to ensure it. Let it go. Let us help free yourself. In all of this as well, the angels want you to remember the power of your thoughts. This power now has the ability, because of all of the work you've done and the lightness of the planet, to manifest instantaneously. If there is a thought that is in the slightest way misaligned, it will manifest. If there's also a thought that is really and truly aligned, all your energy is in the same direction, it will manifest as well. The angels want us to remember the powerful ally that we have in our body. Our body will tell us instantaneously if we have had a misaligned thought. It will manifest something, whether it be a pain or an infection or palpitations. It will manifest some way of communicating with us that some energy is out of alignment. Very often when this happens, the first thing humanity does is seek to rectify the situation. Oh my gosh, this is happening. What do I do? How do I stop it? When maybe the first step should be communication with the body, asking the body, what is it that you're trying to communicate with me? What is it that is misaligned? And letting the body share with you what that energy is. The body is always seeking to communicate with you. And if you open those lines of communication more, if you start that process, that manifestation in physical form won't necessarily have to happen. You'll be able to catch the messages your body is giving you more quickly because you're understanding the communication. So remember, your beautiful body is trying to speak with you all the time. Ask what it's trying to say. And then ask, how is it that we can best rectify this energy within you? If there's an ache or a pain, let your body tell you what it needs in order to rectify the situation. Pay attention to all of your senses and listen to your body. You might be surprised by what it tells you, because what you thought was the best solution might not be the best solution for your body after all. This is an invitation to work more deeply with yourself on so many levels. This is an invitation for you to truly embody your wisdom and move through the blockages that might currently be standing in the way. That feels really complete from our angels this month. If you would like more help in healing your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual systems so that you can show up in your fullest, most healed, most vibrant form, check out the Healing Hub. In the Healing Hub, you'll receive daily healing energy work as well as angelic transmissions that will support you in healing in a more consistent and powerful way. In addition to the energy work, you will receive audio transmissions of meditations to support you in your growth each and every month, as well as be invited to participate in a monthly live community call. Tap the link in the description of this video or in the comments section below to check out the Healing Hub and to join. Like what you heard? Leave a comment and let us know what stood out to you and what was a life changer. Feel free to share this video with any and all who could really use these messages of support, love, and hope from our angels. I look so forward to connecting with you in the Healing Hub and in videos that are coming up soon. I am so grateful that you're here and that I get to be part of your healing and expansion process. Sending you so much love. Bye.